position, said term not to exceed September 1, 2028, or declare position vacant. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve the nomination of Walter Jacks for Planning Commission Ward 4 position, said term not to exceed September 1st, 2028.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Walter's been very active in the community and very supportive on some of our drives, and we appreciate you for that. Walter, you've done an outstanding job, and we're looking forward to you continuing doing the outstanding work. So let's take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Walter, if you'll meet me at the podium, we have some stuff.
While he's heading down there, Walter, how long were you able to hold off before we got you onto a commission? You turn on the mic.
Turn on the mic? How's that? Okay. But I like the way the guy presented his case. He impressed me, and it's been downhill for him ever since.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you much. Walter, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Walter Jacks,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will not knowingly
and that I will not knowingly
receive directly or indirectly
receive directly or indirectly
any money or other valuable thing
any money or other valuable thing
for the performance or non-performance
for the performance or non-performance
of any act or duty
of any act or duty
pertaining to my office,
pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation
other than the compensation
allowed by law.
allowed by law.
I further swear
I further swear
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
my duties as a member
my duties as a member
of the Dell City Planning Commission
of the Dell City Planning Commission
to the best of my
to the
ability.
best of my ability.
Very good. Now we're going to do the loyalty oath.
Okay.
Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Walter Jacks,
Do solemnly swear or
do
affirm
solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and the laws of the United States of America
and the laws of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
and the laws of the State of Oklahoma,
and the laws of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will faithfully discharge,
and that I will faithfully discharge,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
during such time
during such time
as I am a member of the Dell City Planning Commission.
as I am a member of the Dell City Planning Commission.
Thank you, Walter.
Thank you, man.
Now, we'll,
Council, thank you.
we will sign these. JD, will you loan him a pen for a second so he can sign at the same time?
I do these ones?
Yeah, you start there. That's a nice copy. All right. You know, the new guy buys dinner.
All right. Or donuts or something, huh?
Donuts, that's it, donuts.
There's that.
Very good, okay. Joe, if you will notarize these, I'll return these to him. gentlemen, this is Commissioner Walter Jacks. Walter also does things behind the scenes in Hilton City, and he doesn't really broadcast that much. We appreciate it. My goodness, look at all these firefighters just hanging out. They don't have any work to do, JD? What's it? Are we on fire? Let's move on to item number 8. IAFF Collective Bargaining Agreement for fiscal year 26-28. That pen doesn't work. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny entering into a collective bargaining agreement with the International Association of Firefighters, local number 2171, for fiscal year 26 and through fiscal year 28. Authorize mayor to endorse same. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve as written and authorize mayor to endorse same.
Second.
Getting worried there, Scott. You're making me sweat, aren't you? We have a motion and a second. Before we take the vote, I got to say, I am very proud of our fire department, what you guys have accomplished. You've come a long way in the last 10 years. And probably those new fire trucks didn't hurt a bit. But you guys are really professionals at what you do, and I commend you for it. And a little side note is I actually happened, okay. I actually happened to visit the National Museum, Firefighters Museum in Colorado Springs on an occasion a couple of years ago, and that's quite an impressive facility, and the wall of names that's very impressive. So you guys are doing a great job. Any other discussion before we vote?
I just wanted to give a special thank you to the union leadership, to our fire chief, and to our assistant city manager. We were the one that made up the negotiation team, and I greatly appreciate everybody, especially the time and patience that we've had to go through over the past couple of years, making the changes that we've made to the financials, getting everything together. So thank you all so much for your patience and working with us.
All right. Any more discussion? Let's take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Thank you, firefighters. Now, I will entertain a motion to recess to the economic development.
I make a motion that we recess to the economic development agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We are now recessed to the Economic Development Authority.
This is the Del City Economic Development Authority. Joe, will you please call roll?
Trustee Dean. Here. Trustee Eason.
Here.
Trustee Brown.
Here.
Trustee Tatum.
Here.
Chairwoman Finch.
Here. At this time, is there any public input?
Joshua Schultz, 4321 Spiva Drive, Del City, Oklahoma, 73115. Just real quick, there's an announcement about tomorrow that I'll make here in a few minutes, but this Thursday at 8 a.m., we will be doing our coffee connection with the Mid-Del Food Pantry. So please come out and attend there. And if you are able to, either bring a cash or check donation, or if you have some non-perishable items that you'd like to bring to donate to them. This is Hunger Action Month. So this is kind of their drive to collect food. And so just be able to do that for them if we can. And so we look forward to seeing everybody there, and then I'll make the announcement about tomorrow here in a few minutes.
Josh, do you know the address of the food pantry?
I can pull it up in about 30 seconds here, Mayor, and I will get that to you.
Okay.
322.
Can you
Midwest
continue
Boulevard.
talking while you're
I
pulling
can
it up?
continue talking. I can tell stories if you'd like. Not very good ones.
I understand you're going to have a banquet at the end of this month.
We are, and so we have our Hall of Fame banquet coming on September 26th, and we'll be honoring Captain John Irish Kilty, and he's a man that is beyond deserving of that recognition. If you don't know him, he was our ROTC instructor here at Del City High School for several years. He was a teacher and coach, baseball coach over at Mount St. Mary's after he retired from the Navy, and in the Navy, he was a pilot and Commodore for Stratcom Wing 1 here at Tinker Air Force Base. And like I said, if you ever get a chance to sit down with him and ask him about his stories, he's got some pretty amazing ones. And one of my favorites is he was one of the first pilots to ever actually go over to after the Soviet Union fell, to be able to fly planes. We started an exchange program where they would come fly our planes and we would fly theirs, and he was a part of that first initial group that got to fly the MiGs, which is a pretty cool historical fact that we have here in Del City. So
He,
very deserving.
I got to jump in there. He told a story one night about he was the commodore of the Navy group that was stationed in Hawaii, and he got the privilege of telling all those sailors that they were transitioning to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, from Hawaii. That was quite the honor, I understand. But good guy. He
Good man.
well deserves it.
Well
And
deserved.
and the auction is going to be a part
Yes,
of
and
that.
the auction will be part of it. We'll have a silent auction as part of that, so be sure to bring your pocketbook out and be ready to get some good items. We got some good stuff.
What's your address?
It's going to be at, doors open at 5:30. Dinner, we promptly start at 6:15. It'll be served at your table, so if you are in attendance, your dinner will be served there.
Josh, you use that word promptly. Prompt?
6:15-ish.
Thank you.
There we go.
What's the address?
Address is going to be 322 North Midwest Boulevard in Midwest City, Oklahoma, East Del City, for all those that recognize, 73110.
Very good.
All righty. And I'll be back here in a minute.
Thank you, Josh. Any other public input? Any trustee input? Item 5, minutes, discussion, consideration, possible action to approve minutes of the regular meeting of DCEDA of August 4th, 2025.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Second?
Any discussion? Take a vote. Trustee Brown? Trustee
Aye.
Tatum?
Aye.
Trustee Eason?
Aye.
Trustee Dean?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. Item 6, presentation, Dining in Del City recipient, September 2025. Presentation from Joshua Schultz, Executive Director of Del City Chamber of Commerce, on the Dining in Del City recipient for September 2025, Cantaritos, Tacos, and Tequila, located at 5501 Main Street, Del City, Oklahoma.
You can look up addresses, but TVs are,
No.
What do you,
Well, we'll try to get this video to work here in a minute, but real quick, I'd like to, for our dining in Del City for the month of September is going to be Cantaritos, Tacos, and Tequila. We have Manuel and Archie here from there. I will be honest, they did a soft opening here in August. In the last 2 weeks, I think I've been there 3 or 4 times. They have some amazing food.
is it the tacos or tequila that you keep going back for?
Yes. In fact, I ate there today. They have some fantastic food. The atmosphere is vibrant. Every time I'm in there, they're packed. So they're doing very well in business. If you ever had the opportunity of enjoying them at Penn Square Mall, they were fantastic there. They're fantastic here, and we're so excited to have them in Del City. And I will try to get the video working before our time is up. But Mayor and Vice Mayor, I'd like to bring you down to present to them, and then I think we'll have a recess and enjoy some food. If you like the GD. They're going to present you with the plaque.
Yes.
Putting on you?
I'm slow. But steady. I'm going to pass right in front of everybody. I know it's rude, but I want to get over here and shake this young man's hand.
Hand on the shoulder.
Slow camera. I tried to take a few. Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't. What was your name?
Manuel.
Manuel. My name's Floyd Eason, and I want to present you with this coin from the mayor's office. And you carry that with you, and if you get stopped by Dell City Police Department, show them that coin and they'll double your ticket.
I'm behind this.
Yeah. Welcome to Dell City. Would you like to say something? Hum a few bars of your favorite song? Anything you want to do? Tap dance?
I don't know how to dance.
Thank you, and welcome to Dell City.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Hope I can go.
You'd sing a song with
Well, luckily for you.
I have a quick question. Do you have a social media presence? What is the name of your social media handle?
We have on Facebook, we're Cantaritos Tacos and Tequila. Has the bar as a background and then the signage as a cover photo.
Okay.
On TikTok, Cancheritos Taqueria, OPC.
Okay. I was just looking, and I see here that somebody's already posted on TikTok about your restaurant, and it was like, I don't know, 200-something comments, about 3,000-something views already, so it's awesome. Good for you.
At this time, we are going to take a 10-minute break so everybody can enjoy the tacos out in the lobby.
All right.
Recess.
You've been gavelled.
As long as I beat Michael Dean, that's all that matters.
So the yellow was the hottest sauce that they had.
It's hot. I do not recommend it.
Is that why you went to get more water?
So good.
I don't try sauces. Who went there and had to get more water?
Okay, we are back from our little recess. I hope everybody enjoyed their tacos and their tequila, right? At this time, item 7, is there any other trust input? Huh? Oh, I will in a minute. Any other trust input? Okay. Item 7.5, manager's report.
Oh, thank you, boss. Only 2 things that I had for everybody is they did have the business bite for Scoop House on August the 21st, so thank you all for able to attend that. And the other, a question was asked of what is going in at the property next to the Walgreens. We used to have the Power Sport Motors, and we have an application in for we have an application in next to Walgreens for an escape room. So we're excited to see something new like that coming to Del City. So excited to have that there. So just want to make sure we gave that update.
Kind of like this room.
An escape room, yeah, sort of.
You may have to explain that to some.
Oh, an escape room is they've got different levels like easy, medium, and hard. You bring in a team of 2 to 10, however many that you have, and it's like a social gathering for an hour where you're locked into a room and you have clues that are all about the room. So if the room was in here, it would talk about, what year the city of Del City was founded or whatever, and you find 1948 on a dial, and it will tell you your next clue, which goes to your next clue, and they go from easy to medium to hard, and it's a fun, social, interactive item.
So if you escape, do you win the $1.3 billion?
Oh,
Thank you, Chady, for that update. Item 8, I need an adjournment back to Del City Council.
Make a motion, we adjourn to the city council meeting.
Second.
Take a vote. Trustee Eason,
Aye.
Trustee Dean,
Aye.
Trustee Tatum,
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are back at Del City Council.
I have a question for the city attorney. We make a motion and we vote to adjourn. Do we need to make a motion to come back into the council meeting?
Yes.
It seems like if you vote to go out, you should vote to come in.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Then I will entertain a motion to resume the city council meeting.
A motion to resume at the City Council meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We now resume the regular meeting of the Del City City Council. We are at item number 9. Excuse me. Purchase Tyler Technologies Time and Attendance Module to Encode. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve or deny adding Tyler Technologies Time and Attendance Module to the city's Encode software annual licensing for an amount not to exceed $16,210. Authorize mayor and/or city manager to endorse same. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve as written, authorize mayor and/or city manager to endorse same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Oh, I have something. So does each department have their own clock in, clock out capabilities?
currently, we are still using pen and paper. That is
But
why
when you
this
get
is
this
an
new-
exciting, yes, this will actually be available on your mobile devices and your
Okay,
computers.
that was my next
For
question.
you to be able to log into this. So each department will have items that go in from their, the supervisors get to approve, and then the department heads approve, and it goes through payroll and all those things. So this will very much streamline all of our attendance whenever people are out on sick leave, vacation leave, et cetera, getting all those leaves approved. Once those are approved, they automatically go onto the payroll system, so you know this is why this person is gone and where those numbers come from. So we are very excited to move into this. I know this is not new technology by any means, but for the city of Del City, even though it is 2025, we are very excited to have it. Thank you.
Sounds like it's going to streamline and speed up and organize and all those good things, so. All right, sounds good. Any more discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye, the motion carries. Move on to item number 10, contract, traffic signal maintenance, mid-state traffic control. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve with modifications, or deny a restated contract with mid-state traffic control for all new, routine, and preventive and emergency traffic signal maintenance. Contract period July 1, 2025 to June 30, 2026. Authorize mayor to endorse same. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the contract and authorize mayor to endorse same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries.
Sir, if you don't mind, for item number 11, I'm going to refer to the city attorney. We would like to open up this discussion in conjunction with the MSA's discussion. So can they open this and us move over and complete the MSA agenda? And when it gets this item on that agenda, we can have a joint discussion?
Yes.
Okay,
So,
if you please.
so we're going to use a motion to recess again and go to the Municipal Services Authority and have a joint discussion. Let me find the number in DCMSA.
A joint discussion, if we can have a motion for a joint discussion with the
Number 8.
DCMSA.
Yeah.
So we'll just add for a joint and then flip over to the next.
So we just asked for a joint discussion? Yes. Okay, and not recess from city council? All right, now we have our walking rules. Discussion only, utility bill rates, fees, due dates, and billing dates. Request for discussion only regarding the potential increase of city rates and fees, as well as a potential due date and billing date changes for utility customers beginning January 1, 2026. And at the same time, we'll be discussing from the Del City Municipal Services Authority, item 8, which is the same discussion regarding potential increase of DCMSA rates and fees, as well as potential due date and billing date changes for utility customers beginning January 1, 2026. We can begin the discussion.
Make a motion. Should we?
Do we need to motion a discussion only?
I think
Okay.
we're going to make the motion, and then we're just going to skip it. We're not going to have the discussion.
Yeah.
And we just keep going on, and we finish the city council, right? And then we
The
move to
problem
the
is we have executive
DCMSA.
session after this, so.
Yeah, so if we could just flip to the MSA after you all approve this, we'll get through the few items there, and then we'll joint discussion, close out the MSA, come back. Boy,
Thank
we're
you
kind of
for-
hopping, aren't we, boss?
Yes, Hoppy. All right, let's do this.
I make a motion that we have a joint discussion with the Del City Municipal Services Authority
For item 8,
for item number 8. Discussion only.
that's what we asked for, thank you.
Second.
Is that adequate? We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Brown?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Councilman Finch?
Aye.
Councilman Tatum?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. The discussion is now open. Brittany, would you like to start us off with this? Is it Brittany that's going to start, or are you going to start us, JD?
It'll be both of us, but do we want to get to the MSA and get that done first?
We were just going to hold the discussion. The motion was just to hold a joint discussion.
That's okay.
That's what she said.
Yeah, we're ready. Okay.
We're going to do it right now, and then we won't have to do it when we get to. She turns red, look. Salsa? Deadly.
Thank you,
My
man.
mistake. Okay.
Okay, good evening. So, this is something that JD Kelly and I have been working on for several months now. I'm sorry if this gets a little bouncy. I thought I had a little bit more time before it was time to bring it to you all, and then it was like, oh, now it's time. So,
We're here.
just bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to start out by going over what the rates are that we currently charge for, what their intended purpose is, because what I've learned is that not a lot of people understand what they're even paying for. So why should the rates change? We are currently dealing with rising cost of materials, fuel, and labor. We have aging infrastructure that needs replacing. We need to make sure that we meet state and federal regulations, and we have to make it a priority to keep our services safe and reliable. Why we're coming all together, we're just going to do one massive sweep, because everyone's facing the same challenges. Everyone's dealing with rising cost of parts, things like that. The cost of doing nothing is we are going to continue on status quo, constantly deal with potholes, water leaks, sewer backups, higher cost of repair whenever it turns into an emergency repair or replacement rather than a preventive. We run into the risk of service delays and interruptions, and we also risk falling out of compliance with regulations, leading to potential repercussions like tort claims. So what does this mean for residents? We are looking at increasing rates over the next 2 years. Our cost will still be very much competitive with neighboring cities. We will be able to ensure reliable, safe services every day, and it will allow us to become more proactive and plan major projects, not only on the planning side, but also on the budgeting side.
Brittany, just for clarification, the surrounding communities, the Midwest City and all of our neighbors have already completed this.
Correct.
Increasing their rates, ensuring that we have safe drinking water and sanitary
Correct.
wastewater. So
Yes, sir.
we're actually behind everybody else on
We are very, very much behind. Yes.
Sorry for the interruption.
No, you're good. So why are there utility fees? This is not a profit maker. This covers real cost. When we sit down and we look at the needs of this city, not wants, needs of this city, like you said, we are so far behind. If we do not do something fast, we're gonna get it to the point where there is no recovery time. So we have the water, sewer, and sanitation charges. Then on the next page, we have capital outlay fees. So if we think of the water, sewer, and sanitation, that would be more of like our checking account. Those are our operational budget cost. Our capital outlay is our savings account. Those are for the big purchases that we don't do every day. We typically do once a year, and they come with a price tag. So we have water capital outlay fees. Those cover the water treatment plant upgrades, expansions, new filtration systems. That pays for our storage tanks and towers, including the construction, painting, structural repairs. It pays for our distribution system, the replacement of old water mains, valves, and hydrants. Just as a little side note on the distribution system, recent quotes are showing us that if we invest $10 to $12 million a year, it would still take us 50 years minimum to replace all the water lines in this city. It also helps cover the cost of the metering technology. The sewer capital outlay covers the wastewater treatment plant, upgrades to meet the EPA standards, the collection system, which is the replacement and lining of sewer mains, manholes, and laterals, our pump and lift stations, new constructions and replacement of pumps, and stormwater integration, as well as sludge and biosolids management equipment. And then the sanitation capital outlay, this helps us cover the cost of collection vehicles. If you all remember, you approved a purchase of 2 residential trucks last year. Even just since then, the costs have gone up astronomically. We are currently working to get a quote for a new commercial truck, which we are in desperate need of. Those quotes are coming in at a minimum of $350,000 for one truck. Just to put it into perspective, that sanitation by far has the most expensive vehicles within the entire city.
I told the city manager when we talked about this earlier that at $350,000 for a sanitation truck, it should also be able to put out fires.
It absolutely
and chase
should.
down speeders.
It absolutely should.
It should.
I'll ask them if that's an add-on.
There you go.
Also for sanitation, that helps us purchase polycarts and commercial containers, including wheels and lids, and it also can go towards our technology upgrades with our GPS and camera software. Next page covers the other fees that are part of the utility bill. We have a bulk waste fee, which covers the cost of monthly bulk waste pickup, pays for the disposal cost at the landfill, and this service is very important because it helps offset wear and tear on the sanitation vehicles from heavier awkward loads. The EMS fee, this is something that was approved by council, and this covers the city's cost to ensure that our residents always have a guaranteed response time by an ambulance. That has been worth its weight in gold.
Tremendous service.
Absolutely. The state mandated fee, that is a cost assessed by the state. We have no control over that. That is towards landfill cost. Drainage fee, that goes towards maintaining drainage pipes, ditches, culverts, and detention ponds. It pays for the street sweeper on the main roads to keep trash and debris out of the drains. It can help fund capital improvements such as new storm drains and flood control projects, and it helps us meet state and federal environmental requirements by EPA and DEQ in relation to stormwater. Why are these separate? I know that a lot of people feel like we fee you to death because the bill has so many inserts. That is us trying to be as transparent as possible. You as the resident have every right to know where your money is going, especially when it's going in restricted funds that should only be used for the intended purpose. So that's why everything is listed out separately. One of the things that we are asking for with this increase is the implementation of a street fee. What this could be used for, excuse me, is the cost associated with the installation and maintenance of all street lamps and traffic signals. Right now, we are currently under contract with Mid-State Traffic Control. They maintain all of our traffic control devices. That gives us an inspection on every traffic signal within the city twice a year, an inspection report, and then if there's any repairs or replacements that are necessary, that cost is in addition to the monthly cost of the $1,925. So depending on how many bulbs need to be replaced, especially the higher cost, the LEDs, sometimes that can get a little costly. This can also help with road repaving, not including pothole repair. We're talking major reconstruction of our city roads. The last quote that our street department obtained for a 4-lane concrete arterial street reconstruction, including all 4 parts of the intersection turn lanes, we're looking at between $4 and $4.5 million per mile, and that is current cost. It will allow us to maintain consistent road restriping, including school zones, crosswalks, and stop blocks. If you all remember, you just ratified a purchase to have all of the school zones, crosswalks, and stop blocks redone, and that expense came in right around $32,000. Now, we are hoping that because we did it in a different method this year, that we should be able to get 5 years out of it. They cannot guarantee us that. Of course, it's dependent on weather, snow plows, high traffic, those types of things. The restriping, 1 mile of city street, including the intersections, is coming in at $48,000. That's just to restripe, no repair to the road itself. And then our holiday lights. I'm sure that all of you are very much aware that our snowflakes are very old. It's time for us
Vintage.
to,
Yes, very
yes,
vintage.
very, very. So we would be recommending a $2.50 per utility account street fee. That would generate approximately $20,000 a month to dedicate to projects listed. This would provide a consistent dedicated funding, allow us to be more consistent and proactive with projects. Without the fee, the city will continue to prioritize available funding with no way of knowing long-term what we can afford to offer. And who would be charged? This would go to all utility account holders, including those outside of city limits, and both residential and commercial entities. This would make it a fair charge since everyone utilizes city streets. So now, moving over to the water rate increase. So what we are proposing on the implementation, this would be a 2-year plan. New rates would go into effect January 1st, 2026. The water charged per 1,000 gallons for usage over 2,000 gallons. We are requesting that the base rate cover the first 2,000 gallons of usage, and then the water rate does not kick in until 3,000 and higher. We would implement a 50% increase during year 1 and an additional 31% in year 2, which makes for an actual total increase of 96% after year 2. One of the things that I would like for you all to consider, something that needs to take place in this discussion, is there is no standing authorization for automatic increases on water. That is part of why we have fallen so far behind. Sewer rates have an automatic increase that is dictated by the inflation rate. So whatever the inflation increase is, that's what sewer goes to. Sanitation, although it doesn't cover where we need to be, it at least has a standard increase each year of 25 cents. Water does not. We have not raised water rates since 2020.
And just to give us some context, how is our water rate compared to surrounding communities?
We have one of the highest, like the dollar rate.
Yes.
Oh, we are the lowest by
You
far.
scared me for a
I
second.
know, I'm sorry. I thought you meant like how great was our water compared to other cities.
No, I'm talking
The
about
dollar
price.
amount is significantly lower. I think, what did the financial person, when they did a report on this last year,
Even before the rate increases from some of our sister cities, we were still pushing at one of the lowest. And with each one of them jumping above us, they were jumping above. Midwest City, for example, according to the paper, had a 146% increase.
I think it was
over
48.
148 over 3 years. To give an example on the automatic increases, the city of Bethany has a level built into their trust of anywhere from 3% to 7% a year based off of, depending on which offer that they choose from, whether it's inflation or CPI or whatever that may look like. So each one of those areas that we look at, we've seen where those have continued to grow. We raised the rates in 2020 with the vote of the council, and before that, the rate hadn't been increased in over 10 years. When it was brought to us back in 2020.
Talk to us in dollars and cents, not in percentages.
okay?
What's our current water rate?
Okay, so skip ahead 1, 2, 3,
Sorry.
4, skip ahead 4 pages. I have given you an example bill. The one on the far left is a current bill breakdown with our current rates. The one in the middle is year 1, and the one on the right is year 2. So this is an example bill for a residential account with a 5/8 by 3/4 meter with a usage of 3,000 gallons, the sewer rate set at a 3 with 2 trash cans. So this is a pretty standard utility account.
Okay.
With our current rates right now, after all the fees, the total bill amount comes in at $65.70. After year 1, with the 50% increase on the water rate, and this is showing if you all were to approve the rates that I'm proposing for everything else, that would increase the bill to $82.79. So that's an increase of $17.09. On year 2, with the additional 31, so now we're at the full 96% on the water rates, and the standard increases that I'm proposing on the other ones, including the street fee, that would take it up to $89.16. So there would be a $6.37 increase on year 2 versus year 1. So from now to year 2, you would go up $23 and some change. 96% can seem very scary, but when the rates are as low as ours, 96% still
It's very low.
isn't,
We're still very competitive.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's important to remember that the 96% is not on everything. So
No.
they have kept the sanitation, they have kept some of those
Correct.
things moving up. And so it's not
This is
everything.
water
It's
rates.
water rates only.
Correct. Correct.
You're talking about over 2 years, about $23 and some change
Correct.
increase. But this increase would allow us to keep our infrastructure working to meet all federal regulations
Absolutely.
and keep our water supply dependable,
Right.
and would aid in keeping the streets striped and passable.
Absolutely.
So it's all a benefit to the citizens.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if we go back to, Pam, did you have something? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
so the automatic increase, are you suggesting, like JD said, the 3 to 7%, or are you?
I
a little bit
am
more
not
firm?
bringing a recommendation on the increases past year 2.
Okay,
Her answer was yes.
okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, we would look into that and provide you with information if we got to that point.
But still, even still, we're in 2025, you're talking about 2027, the rate would be $89.16.
Correct.
And even that rate is competitive with the surrounding communities, even with the increases.
Correct.
We're still competitive.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
okay.
So now moving on to the sewer rate increase. This would also go into effect January 1st, 2026. We would propose moving the sewer rate to 80% of the water rate. That way, it's very clear on what that charge is and where it's coming from. We feel that it is incredibly fair to assume that 80% of each resident's water usage will end up in the city sewer. 20% will go out in stormwater, water bottles, things like that.
What is it currently?
There is no standard method right now. We will need to determine if we want to keep this averaged or force it to fluctuate with the water usage. Again, I am only bringing you things that other cities do. A lot of cities keep their sewer rates average based on winter consumption, which is what we currently do. There are some cities out there that the sewer rate moves with the water usage
Follows.
each month.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's something to consider. The sewer rate will continue to determine the capital outlay rates. And then this is something else. Do we want to maintain the automatic increase based on the inflation rate, or is there something that you would like to deviate away from?
So the question for you all on that is if we have a guaranteed percentage in the water rate, because the sewer rate is going to be based off of whatever the water rate is, they would naturally increase based off of the decision you all make.
I think the inflation rate is the standard most cities use, is that correct?
Yes.
I don't see any reason to reinvent the wheel.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Michael, you're the water man.
Yeah, so I think that that's the part to where we failed in the past, which is
We
that
didn't.
we need a cost of,
And inflation
an
eroded,
inflationary part.
inflation eroded any additions that we made many years ago.
Right. You know, if we didn't have that, have those methods already put into the sanitation and wastewater, then this jump would be much more dramatic.
Right.
So, yep, I think that that's the way to do it.
Okay. What we're proposing for the capital outlay fees, again, January 1st, 2026, we are proposing a 40% increase for all 3 of the capital outlays. That is water, sewer, and sanitation. So the water and sewer capital outlay rate are determined by the averaged sewer rate. Currently, the sanitation capital outlay fee is just a flat fee. One of the things that I would like for you all to consider, is this something that should be determined by the number of polycarts or dumpsters at the residence or business? Right now, it is just a flat $1.50 per residence and business outside of apartments, which is charged per door within the complex.
Excuse me, the flat rate now is $1, what?
50.
So a 40% increase is about 60 cents? I'm trying to put this in real dollars.
Yep. Do you have that spreadsheet I sent you?
I can pull it up, ma'am.
I think it's closer to 90 cents.
90 cents.
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have all those numbers in a spreadsheet, I just ran out of time for printing.
I understand.
Do you
It
want to
is-
take over on this? And you can expand it as much as you need to make it bigger.
Yeah, it is, I'm
When
sorry.
when you say 40%, that sounds like a large percentage.
Right.
But we're only talking about $1. 40% of $1 is 40 cents.
Right, and it actually is 60 cents. That would take the sanitation capital outlay from $1.50 a month to $2.10.
Okay, I'm just trying to put it in real dollars.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Capital outlay is also something that there is no automatic increase allowed, so that is something that we would need to take into consideration as
Perhaps
well.
tie that to inflation rate.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sanitation rates, again, January 1st, 2026. We would just request a flat $3 increase on the first polycart only. Additional polycarts would remain at $3 a month. Currently, the charge for a return or missed pickup is $5 per polycart. This is something that I would ask you all to consider if you want to leave this at $5 per polycart. Surrounding cities are charging anywhere from $15 to $20. Me as the consumer that forgot to put my trash out, $20 is a lot. I would much rather pay $5, but with fuel cost at the rate that they are right now, $5 doesn't even cover us to start the truck.
You can't even drive a truck there for
Correct.
$5. Yeah. Maybe if we just went to $10 per cart, that might be a reasonable compromise.
Correct.
We still are losing money on each
Right.
return visit, but that eases the burden some.
Right.
Gotcha.
The automatic increase to the sanitation rates, as I mentioned, they are currently at 25 cents a year. The landfill contract that was just approved for another 5 years goes up 75 cents per year, and we're only going up 25 cents. So even with our increase, we're still in the negative just with landfill cost alone.
50 cents a year going backwards.
Yep. Our bulk trash, as you know, we ran a trial run. We called it Clean Sweep to see if we could handle monthly bulk pickup. And I am so proud to say that it was wonderful. And so we would like to continue to offer that service. With that being said, we would request a 75-cent per month increase, and that would take the fee to $3 per month from $2.25.
We probably got more positive feedback from that one operation than
Absolutely.
anything else we've done in the last couple of years. It seems to
We
be,
finally got it right.
it's a resounding success.
Yes.
Yes, very good.
The drainage, what we're looking at, this one might take a little bit of time for us to fully implement if you all decide to go with our proposal. We would propose $2 per quarter acre. So this will take some time for us to verify property sizes and make sure that we are charging the correct amount on our bigger lots. This will not affect most of your standard residential homes with a normal house and a normal yard. This is really, it's not fair that someplace like Walmart is paying the same amount for drainage
$2.
as you. Right.
And as an example, I know we've talked about this one-on-one with me in different occasions. Do you want this to unlock, or are you done? Okay. One of the recommendations that I had for this one is to make sure that we do make it based off of an acreage because of what you've seen when it explains what the drainage fee does, going to the different stormwater and different projects. So the bigger the size, the more appropriate it is for them to put funding into there.
It makes sense. You're collecting more water and sending more water downstream when you have 4 acres as opposed to a quarter acre.
Correct.
So that would be 4 acres. You're saying $2 per quarter acre, $4 a half acre.
So 32, is that right? Because it'd be
$8
$8 an acre times 4
$32.
acres.
So it's going to go from $2 to $32 if you have 4 acres.
Correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Brittany?
20 acres?
It's still lot size.
Right, but then you got somebody else that has 4 acres of grass. It's going to soak it in, not going to run it off.
To a point, you're correct. The saturation range we've been seeing this year
Yeah. We're above average, way over.
I agree, but I'm just saying,
Right.
we have to use some sort of scale. Right now, it's $2 for everybody, and that's really not fair. And I've got 4 acres, and I'm not against a $32 charge for drainage, but, you know, it doesn't seem fair that Jackie pays the same drainage as Walmart.
No,
We're not picking on Walmart by any means.
Right.
We're-
no, and it's not just Walmart.
Nobody's got anything, but, yeah. But it seems reasonable. This is a discussion, so this is the starting point of the discussion. So what would you, if,
Saying you need to take, it'd be nice if you could take into account, okay, that's 4 acres of
pavement?
grass.
Oh, okay.
So they're charging $8 or whatever, 32. But you got Walmart or
All concrete.
all concrete, you got Harbor Freight or that property. It's all concrete.
So
That's all
to,
gonna be run off.
to that point, I think that we would really be going down a rabbit hole that would never end, because just because it falls onto the grass doesn't necessarily mean that the grass is absorbing all of it. Oftentimes it goes under and then it comes up in the street as groundwater. So,
You could look at, the grass could be a detriment because there's going to be grass clippings and there's going to be perhaps fertilizers or weed killer type products that actually contaminate the runoff. So that's kind of a double-edged thing. We could really get into a big wormhole. You're welcome to attend the discussions.
Would it be reasonable on that to cap it at a certain amount, say that you have 8 acres and it's $40, but if you have 9 acres, it's still $40, or 10 acres, it's still $40? Or do we just keep incrementally keep going up and up and up?
Historically, it has been capped at $2 for everybody. So historically, it has been capped. And what we're trying to do is make it more relative to the size of drainage coming off of it.
Yeah, I understand. I'm not opposed to raising the fee, but I think it should possibly be capped at a certain amount. So, I mean, if I have 20 acres, just theoretically, I'm paying a lot more than somebody with 10 acres. But am I really using that much more drainage? Not necessarily, all the time.
You know, perhaps, and we're just discussing.
Right.
Okay, we're just discussing. Perhaps you could consider the zoning, I don't know if that would be feasible or if it'd get too intricate, but like we have vast areas of land north of Reno that the runoff is not going to be anywhere near what it would be on a paved area, a paved parking lot. So perhaps it might be reasonable to look at how much pavement I've got a lot of concrete, never mind. No,
And that's kind of my point, you know.
yeah. The concrete is going to produce more runoff. I understand that point. But the grass probably provides more contamination with grass clippings and other products getting into our storm drains. So it might be a trade-off. But, you know, that's something we can look at. I don't want to go
right.
start measuring square inches. We don't need to go down that far. And by the same token, Councilman Tatum over here is talking about, you know, maybe we should put some sort of cap on it. And I'm not against that. Don't think I'm against that. I'm just saying that's where we've been. Where are we going? But perhaps it would be reasonable to look at some sort of cap. What are you thinking, $40 as a cap? Or $20? What are we talking about?
Well, I don't know. We'd have to really look at it. I think $2 is much, much too low.
I wonder how many people in Del City have more than, what was your example, 20 acres?
20 acres, theoretically, I said. You know, I mean, if you've got a business down in our industrial area and they have maybe 10 acres, you know, maybe they need to pay more of a fee. But you've got a guy with a ranch over there that his water's being absorbed into the ground. He has 10 acres. Maybe he doesn't need to pay as much.
Have we got
So
any ranches in Del
I
City?
like, theoretically, I'm
Never
talking
say
about.
never.
I mean, Chief, I
Theoretically.
believe you said we had a mountain goat or whatever the other day, or a ram, so you never know.
I've seen a lot of hens and chickens around, but yeah, my neighborhood had ponies, little ponies and little donkeys.
Little Shetlands? That's awesome. But that'll be something we'll look into, and we'll come up with some,
Josh, do you want to
Options.
weigh in on this?
Yeah, I would just say, you know, when you mentioned it's going to be about $8 an acre. Walmart, which is probably our biggest from what I've been able to look at, it's only 22 acres, but they would only pay $176, which I know is probably a lot for residential, but when you think of,
But for Walmart,
not to pick on Walmart, but when you
Yeah.
think of Walmart,
We love Walmart.
$176 is, that,
Do
I mean,
you
I think
know, is
that's the
Walmart our
relatively
biggest?
largest.
I mean, there's
Yeah, it's
probably
not
two
like
or three
there's a
places that have more
big
acreage, like in the
ranch.
industrial,
I
but
think maybe Waco and
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
have a little bit, probably have a lot more, but, I mean, at 22, you're only looking at $176. Measure the absorption? Well, that kind of opens a whole new can of worms, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Well, this is for discussion, and we're trying to get a starting point. We're just getting a starting point. So this is something we can hash out as we go through, because we're going to meet on this again. And we'll talk about this again. So
Yeah.
let's move forward.
Okay.
Not get bogged down on one item.
The next thing is the street fee that we've already discussed, again, January 1, 2026, $2.50 per utility account. This would be assessed to all utility accounts except irrigation. Sprinkler meters would not pay this fee. Again, to include automatic increases, yes or no?
Can you say, so one more time, can you start over?
The street fee
Yes.
would be assessed to all utility accounts except irrigation meters. Irrigation meters are only subject to the water capital fee. That's the only additional fee besides the water usage itself. So they are exempt from all other fees.
Okay.
The dreaded topic.
Now,
Proposed billing changes. So, sometime after I left the city of Del City the first time, someone broke the billing cycle down into 4 different cycles. I would like to take that back down to 2 cycles. I think 4 is too much. We do not have enough utility accounts to
Explain that.
justify having 4 different billing cycles.
explain that, please.
So that is 4 different groups of people have 4 different cycle dates and 4 different due dates,
So-
which equates to 4 times of assessing late fees, 4 times of line maintenance going out doing cutoffs, 4 times of them going back out to do reinstates, 4 times of doing final non-pays. We have completely bogged down our process.
Gotcha.
So I would like to condense this down to 2 cycles. Again, these are only my thoughts and opinions. I think the easiest way would be to split the account numbers right down the middle. So everyone's account number starts with a 2-digit code. For the most part, that is based on your geographical location within the city, except for businesses will always fall into 27, 28, 29, or 30. So I would propose that we split it from account numbers 01 to 032 in one cycle and 33 to 62 in a second cycle.
So these account numbers are related to the geographical location of each account. So that would put your people in one half of the city, the first part, and the other half of the city. And I could see the efficiencies from that. And
Yep.
I also see the efficiencies from 2 cycles,
Absolutely.
or from 4 cycles to 2 cycles. So that all sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Now, so to go to 1 cycle, the problem is just trying to do cutoffs,
The
trying to do
magnitude.
just the magnitude of
that
amount
goes
of.
back to the back in the day where it was the 25th day of the month, and we had lines out the door back at the old city
I
hall.
loved it, but evidently everyone else hated it. So I've compromised it too.
Ron hates it.
I loved it because we could just get everyone out of the way on one day. There was only one day you couldn't take off, but I do believe that having 2 cycles would be extremely beneficial on so many levels.
That seems reasonable.
So right now, there is currently 5 to 6 weeks from the time a cycle ends until the bill is posted. If you all remember the billing calibration project, which brought me back to the city of Del City, this was supposed to be fixed, and it was fixed, for the record. And then we had staffing shortages, and we had weather, and we had every problem imaginable, and it just started adding up, and here we are right back to where we started. So what I would propose to get us caught up would be to add 10 days per billing cycle, starting October of 2025 until December of 2025. If we start this now to get caught up, that would be the most fair thing to do for the customers, because they're going to get caught up on the current rates that are well below standard, and they will not be locked into the
bargain.
new rates.
That's a bargain.
So on the water side, if we did that on a 40-day billing cycle, the water charges would be billed on actual water used for the entire 40 days. The non-metered services would be prorated. So you would have 30 days plus whatever the 10-day prorate on all of the other fees are.
Good.
This would get us to a gap of about 3 weeks from the end of a billing cycle until the time the bill post. We still need this 3 weeks to import reads, see if there's any computer issues, send meter readers out to verify the reads, get them back, post the bills, all the administrative side to actually posting the bill. But I think that we would be in great shape if we only had a 3-week gap versus a 6-week gap.
Yeah, that'd be more manageable.
And with the upgrades that we've done with Tyler Technology, the system and your new meter project, all those good things, the system can handle the changes
Yes,
that we've
I
proposed.
verified that with Encode today.
Wonderful. And one of our problems from the past was the programs that we were using could not handle as much as we needed them to.
Right. So the systems that we had used historically, and we're almost there to fading away from those. The problem is that if you read book 1 of 4, you bring it in and I upload the reads, I can't give you book 2 to start reading until I'm completely done with book 1, because if you bring book 2 back, it's going to erase all of book 1. So we have to do the entire process from start to finish before we can move forward. And that's part of the reason why there's such a delay, is because we have to go through 4 zones. We will eliminate that.
Yeah, very good.
And go into 2 cycles.
I would like to start this October.
The 2
No,
cycles?
I'm sorry. The 2 cycles would be January 1. October to December would be getting us caught up to pull the plug and move to 2 cycles January 1.
In October to December, we still have our same dates.
Plus
The wa-
10.
But you are actually charging an extra 10 days to catch up.
Correct.
But you're not getting an extra 10 days. You're staying on your same days, and that's how you're catching up
Correct.
by charging the extra.
And the extra 10 is already the water they've used, already the
Correct.
services that they've used. This is just getting them caught up on their bill.
Correct.
So it seems like we would have to get this started pretty quickly and not just discuss it, but go ahead and actually start implementing this part if we want it done by January 1st. Because I would assume going from 4 different cycles to 2 and dividing those accounts, that's very, very, it seems
gonna
like
be
a
a
tight
big project.
schedule. Yeah.
Yep.
And so your $65 bill that you should have is going to go up a third? So that should be,
So that would depend, because like in my case, I usually have a 2 to a 3 read bill. Sometimes I have a 4, then it goes back to a 3.
You're
It'll
only
just
talking
depend
about
what they
water
catch
usage.
on the 10.
so that's the first question. Are we only talking about water usage that we're trying to catch up on? Or are we
Are
having to
you
catch up
prorating
on
the
any of the?
sanitation fees also?
So the
Because of the
water
billing.
usage itself would not be prorated. That would be full 40 days based on actual water used. The non-metered services, which is the sewer, sanitation, capital outlays, EMS, all of those fees would be prorated for those 10 days. So if you take the full capital outlay as, let's say, $3 a month, you're going to divide that by 30 to get your daily cost times 10. And that's what you would pay for those additional 10 days.
10 cents
A month
day.
plus 10 days.
So,
But it's 10
so
cents
so
a
again,
day.
we're not just behind, we're not just behind on water payments.
whole
We're,
billing cycle.
the whole bill is behind.
Right, water, metered and non-metered
Behind
run on the
60.
same billing cycle.
They are on the same cycle?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're on the same cycle.
Yeah.
So everything
30
needs,
days.
so basically our $60 bill, being a third, should go up an extra $20, so should be $85 for,
Depending on the water usage. And see, that's the problem, and that's why I didn't
Right,
give you
can't-
proposed
can't-
numbers.
You can't just do it, right?
Because
but-
we bill by the 1,000 gallons, so, how I tell people is, you can use 2 gallons of water for an entire month, or you can use 999, and you're going to pay the same. Now, the next month, when it rolls over to 1,000, we're charging you for 1,000 gallons. That doesn't mean you used 1,000 gallons, that means that you finally crossed over that 1,000-gallon threshold. So depending on where your water usage would fall on day 40 would determine how much your water portion of your bill would increase.
So everybody's going to quit showering on day 29.
I'm at Public Works, that's City Hall's problem. So, I don't care.
You know, everybody's gonna go crazy because they said, oh, we just did that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We're gonna understand that it comes through.
Yep. You know, it's interesting, all this has come about since Brittany came back. Have you noticed that? There's a correlation here.
Do you already have a campaign started, kind of going to what Ms. Mooney is bringing up? I know you've actually been really great about creating a campaign. The campaigning that you guys did for the Clean Sweep was awesome. How you've been able to communicate with our residents has actually been really good. Do you have something in mind already on how we are going to massage
Present.
this into with the community?
Based on the discussions and your pending approvals, we will have to put together a campaign in short order to make sure we have this one campaign specifically for what begins January and so on, and then the campaign immediate of what's changing with your bill starting October through December.
I don't know if you should just make it that complicated. Yes, that is the correct answer. And if somebody really wanted to have the, the master's degree of what's happened and what's happening to the bill, the reality is it's the same price increase that we're going to be paying when we go to our new rates. And so I think that the important part to say is that we've been dramatically undercharging things. We don't have enough money to
catching up.
get a little we don't have money to do minimal things, and the reason why is we haven't had rate increases in the last 5 years. So if you start to look at it, that this $20 or $22 that you're looking at, it's just basically $3 or $4 a year.
A year, right.
Yeah, so this is catching up, and unfortunately, that is going to continue on. There's going to be a rate change come January 1st, but it's going to be very similar to what you're paying for this
Right now.
increase.
Yeah.
Very similar, but I mean, we can make it as difficult as we want to, and people are going to ask the question about, why did you have this happen a second time?
Yeah.
I think the catch-up will acclimate our citizens to when we raise the prices.
The bill.
So it's not going to be just a shock.
Right.
It'll just kind of gradually raise them to that point.
Jackie, go ahead.
If we put out some sort of campaign about that, I don't know if it would be legal or not, but could we put out like, here's what Midwest City pays, here's what Moore pays, and all that stuff, and just show them and individually see that
What a great deal we've had.
we're way
Yeah.
behind, and everybody
Right.
else is out here, and we're
We are,
see that and realize that makes sense.
yeah, we are way behind the other cities in the amount we collect for water and sanitation and all that. But we pay the same prices for fuel, insurance, repair, supplies, all the chemicals and things to treat the water. We have to pay the same as Moore and Midwest City and Norman. We pay the same prices going out, but we're not collecting the same money coming in. And we're just trying to make it all catch up.
Correct.
That was going to be my question, too. I mean, I've heard a lot of talk tonight about competitive rates with our neighboring cities, but what are those rates in those other cities? And what will our rates be compared to them? Do you have that
We'll
information?
still be below most of our surrounding communities.
I don't know that, though. I don't know that for a
I'm
fact.
telling you.
I know you're telling me, but I'd like to see it, I'd like to see what those rates are in the other cities.
Do you have that with you, Brittany?
I do.
Well,
Well, she certainly, I keep hearing a lot of discussions, and I'm glad to hear she's trying to keep this billing cycle up to date. One thing I hear a lot of people say is, why is my bill 3 months behind?
that's what we're trying to correct.
Yeah.
Right. And instead of having 4 billing cycles, we're talking about just doing 2 billing cycles, and that'll help get us back in line. We're trying to correct the problem. That's what we're trying to do.
I see on Facebook, people say, I've lived here nearly 3 months and I can't get a water bill, and they don't understand it runs 3
Yeah, we're trying to fix it.
As we discuss a campaign and how we are going to address this, JD, are we going to be implementing who we have contracted to do that for us? Because we have a team that does this for us,
We do have a
correct?
PR firm that we can include if necessary.
I think that PR firm would be very, very beneficial in constructing this particular type of campaign, if you can do it quickly, because it seems like we would need 30 days to have something ready to go.
Yeah. First, we have to implement what we're doing, and we have to know where we're going before we build the roadmap to get there,
Yeah.
so.
Okay,
I think
I'm
this-
gonna finish this and then I'll get to this. Is that okay, Councilman Tatum? Okay. If we skip ahead, sorry, I'm gonna try and speed this up. If we skip ahead 2 pages, so how are our water rates calculated? Currently, it is the base rate times the charge for water times the amount of water used. I think I confused myself there. The base rate plus the usage times the rate is what I was trying to get at, I'm sorry. So base rates for water. Currently, our base rate is $10.14. So that means if you use nothing or you use 1,000 gallons, you're paying $10.14. With this increase, after year 1, this is on a 5/8 by 3/4 meter, I'm sorry. After year 1, that would take your base rate up to $15.21. And then after year 2, that would put you at $19.87. So that is your minimum that you're paying with no usage. On our 1-inch meter, that would go from current base rate of $16.45. Year 1 would put it at $24.68 with a 50% increase. That would put it at $32.24 on year 2 with the additional 31%. And Councilman Tatum, if you look out to the side, Midwest City is the one that we like using because they are very comparable as far as how they treat their water, how they collect. So I did list Midwest City's cost out to the side. Our 2-inch meter and higher, these are going to be our hefty water users. These are going to be primarily commercial entities, a lot of water being used. This is where we have lost a lot of money because of how low our rates have been. So after comparing our rates to Midwest cities today, please don't fall out of your chair when I tell you what the increase is. So on a 2-inch meter, our current base rate is $27.81. In order to be comparable to Midwest City, we need to go up 300%. And that would put us at a base rate of $111.24, which still puts us under Midwest City, who charges $116 for their base rate. On a 3-inch meter, our current base rate is $36.98. We need to go up 600% on that, which would put it at $258.86.
Brittany, I'd just like to point out that I doubt there's any residential
No.
meters that are over 1 inch.
No, they're not.
Yeah, so we're talking commercial
Commercial.
water usage.
Hefty water usage. Yes.
Only.
Yes.
Thank you.
So after year 2, that would take it, I'm sorry, $258.86. That still puts us under Midwest City, who's at $281. On a 4-inch meter, our current base rate is $46.10. We need to go up to $507.10, which is a 1,000% increase. Still puts us $30 under Midwest City. And on a 6-inch meter, we only have one of these in the city. It is an apartment complex, our heaviest water user. We need to take that base rate from $90.29 a month to $993.19, which still puts us underneath Midwest City, who comes in at $1,058.54.
So all we're doing is playing catch-up.
Correct.
So-
This really puts into perspective how far behind we are on our rates.
Yeah, we've
And we have
lagged
got
too
to
long.
get into the mentality where we want to be affordable, but we can't be cheap anymore, and that is what we've been up to this point.
If we're going to maintain our water system and keep the quality and the dependability of the fresh water coming to our citizens, we have to be able to afford the maintenance.
exactly.
And the updates.
Yep.
Right, okay.
Brittany, on most of our water systems that are going to our commercial buildings, because they're so antiquated, they're probably not even but the 1 or 2 inch. There's probably very few that are the 3, 4, and 5.
Right, and I actually have you numbers on how many there are. If we skip ahead 2 pages, I've given you current numbers of meters by size. So this is as of my report that I ran on June 18th. So we can give or take one or two, but these numbers should get us where we need to be. So currently, right now, we have 7,896 meters that are 5/8 by 3/4. So these are going to be all your residential and your small business. 1 inch, we have 178. 2 inch, we have 139. 3 inch, we have 8. 4 inch, we have 4. And 6 inch, we have 1. The last column on this page, I felt that it was extremely important to include the replacement meter cost, because even with 1,000% increase, we're still not even covering the cost of the meter if something were to happen and we had to replace it.
Is this for the new digital?
Correct. So a replacement 6-inch meter is going to cost us $2,694.85, and after an increase of $1,000, we're still only going to come in at $993.
Yeah.
There's only one with the 6-inch. You said that that was an apartment complex. Do we have a relationship with that particular apartment complex?
So one thing is I've looked at it, that one has 200 units. And so if you take the,
Divide that.
if you take the new number, the $1,000 divided by 200, you know, and so what it ends up being is it ends up being the same price as our individual.
Just a
Yeah,
$5 up.
it's, yeah.
But I wonder if currently that particular apartment complex pays for its own water, or do they charge the
Well, it's only
tenant?
1 meter, so they would have to pay for it because they couldn't dole that out through just 1 meter.
Unless they just are unilaterally picking a dollar amount,
saying everyone
and
pays
I
that in
would
their
have
water
no way of
fee.
knowing that.
Yeah.
Which is not unheard of.
Right.
Right, and it, if they have multiple meters in smaller ones, that would work out as well, but,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
does.
in the end, with this $1,000 proposed rate for that one unit, is it's only $5 per apartment.
Yeah.
That apartment has the same number, has more people in it than you have in your house, right? And so they have, you know, and so again, as you're looking at all the services and all the rest of the stuff, they're getting their water for $5, whereas you have to pay 4 times that amount for your usage. So again, it's, even though that there's a high increase, it is getting it to be a much fairer number.
Yeah, it's more equitable.
It's, because again, every single household has to use the streets, has to use this, has all the same usages, just like you do. And so it does work out to try to help out. I mean, but. And then whenever I did multiply it out by the actual usage, it turns out that it is the same price for a household that uses 5,000 gallons
That's
a month
Pam's
as-
house because she waters all the flowers.
That's, so it, you know, as I looked at it, it appears to be a fairly fair number.
Yeah.
Even though it's a crazy number of 1,000.
I think what you brought to us is very fair.
So if you'll notice in the increase column on year 2, starting with a 2-inch meter, I am leaving those blank. I will defer that back to you all, because on the 5/8 by 3/4, because those are just sticking with the standard 50% year 1, 31% year 2, I would ask you all to determine, are we going to raise the rates to bring us up to where we need to be and then hold those larger meters? Or would you like to see some kind of increase on that beginning year 2?
Well, you're talking about on a 2-inch meter, there's 139 meters. And then there's 8 meters on, we're not talking about
Right.
a mass, yeah.
One thought would be, is that you have caught up, you know, with the base meter rates here, is this, it's already caught up. So I think that you just have in year one, you have it really close to Midwest City. And then I think that, we throw on the cost of living allowance from that point on, and we really don't
Let that
have,
take care of it.
and then, yeah, just let it take care of itself.
Okay.
And so I think from 1 inch on, we really don't need to change it, because your 24, proposed year one for the 1 inch meter is 2460 compared to 2562. It's $1 difference in Midwest City. We throw on our cost of living, we should be pretty good for a long
Yeah,
time.
and that'll take care of it. It'll solve itself.
Okay,
Okay, very good.
I have one more.
And
I'm sorry, Mayor.
and that gives us, the 7,800 of us who have all these, it gives us this year two to help get ready for the pain.
Right.
And so, I think it's a very fair way to go.
Yeah, yeah, I like it.
The last page that I have in here, so we've talked about base rates. Now we're going to move over to the actual charge for the usage of water. So what we currently do is, again, 0 to 1,000, you just pay the base rate of 1014. Then you have one rate for 2 to 5,000 gallons, one for 6 to 10 rate, 11 to 15, and then 16 plus. Now, it's very important to note that these rates, once you get past your base rate, everyone pays the same for usage after the minimum fee. So we are going to shift to collect the hunk of it at the beginning and the base rate, and then it's a level playing field from that point on. So we have proposed to consolidate the usage charge. We would now take the base rate to include up to 2,000 gallons, and then our rates would go from 3 to 10, 11 to 25, and then just 26 over. So that would take us from, if you use between 3 and 10,000 gallons, on year one, your usage charge would be $6.08 per 1,000 gallons. On year two, it would go to $7.94 per 1,000. 11 to 25, it would take you to $6.87 year one, $8.98 year two, and then 26,000 plus would take you to $7.44 year one and $9.72 year two.
So everybody but the 26,000 gallon usage is still going to be below the $9
Correct.
that other cities in the area charge. We're still staying below the other cities in the metro area.
Absolutely.
It's a bargain.
What I had handed Councilman Tatum, this is something that our financial people had put together for us last year. Now, this does not take into account, Midwest City announced their rate increase after this was formulated, but just to put things into perspective at this point, Del City's existing rate for 5,000 gallons on residential, we were coming in at $26.34 for the water. Bethany's coming in at $33.39, Mustang $34.65, El Reno $36.03, Oklahoma City $39.49, Edmond at $41.90. So we were anywhere between $7 to $20 cheaper just on 5,000 gallons, and then it only gets worse from there.
So people in Edmond and those other cities that you've named off will be coming to Del City to take a
Correct.
shower and do their laundry.
Correct, exactly.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right, looks good.
Okay, one more thing, I'm sorry. I mean it this time. One more thing that I would like for you all to discuss while you're having these discussions is our roll-off container rental prices. That is something that desperately needs to be looked at. Right now, we offer a 20-yard container rental and a 30-yard container rental. Through us, for a 20-yard, you're paying $150, a 30-yard, you're paying $200. If you look at the competing
Sorry.
companies that offer these same containers, the prices are $525, $677, $637, $420. So you can see that we are way behind on that as well.
That's a bargain.
So it is. And I want to keep it a bargain because that's something great that, we offer our people, unlike a lot of cities. But I definitely think right now we're losing money on the roll-offs because the cost is so low. So that really was my last thing, Mayor.
Are we losing money because of the cost of the landfill? Because obviously it's going to be a huge amount. It's a 20-ton
You have
or 20
landfill
yard.
cost, you have the cost of a CDL driver to get in the truck, the fuel cost to drive the truck, the maintenance to keep the truck running. It's all encompassing.
The insurance.
Yes.
Over time, because then the containers
Rust out.
especially when people put things in there that they shouldn't, which happens all the time.
Not to put you on the spot, but do you have a number of the fee that you'd like to see these increase to?
I get to delegate that to you all.
It seems very easy.
I know, I'm learning.
It seems very easy that you could double our prices, and it's still
Still cheap.
30, 40% cheaper than any other
Yep.
route to go.
That just shows how far behind we are.
Right.
Thank you all for your time.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
Brittany.
getting
Thank you
this
for the
done.
presentation, Brittany.
Okay, ready to move on? Let's go to item number 12, executive session. Discussion, consideration, possible action, if any, to approve recessing to executive session for discussion concerning confidential matters pertaining to pending investigations, claims, and actions, including but not limited to Wright et al. Versus City of Dale City, Oklahoma County District Court, CJ 2023-5930, pursuant to Oklahoma statutes Title 25, Section 307B4, as the council, on advice of its attorney, has determined that disclosure will seriously impair the public body's ability to process claims or conduct pending investigations and claims and actions with legal consultation. City Attorney, does this meet the requirements for executive session?
Yes, Mayor.
I would entertain a motion to recess to executive session.
Do we want to finish
No.
with the DCMSA?
No,
No. Thank you.
we'll get that after executive session. I'll entertain a motion to recess to executive session.
Motion to recess.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We are now recessed to executive session. Looking for a motion to resume the city council meeting.
Motion to resume.
Second.
All right, we're at number 13, action from executive session, discussion,
I
consideration.
think we
possible-
have to vote to go back into the
Yeah,
council
we do.
meeting.
Okay. Any discussion? Take a vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We are now back in session. We are at item 13, action from executive session, discussion, consideration, possible action deemed appropriate, if any, arising from discussions held in executive session concerning confidential matters pertaining to pending investigations, claims, and actions with legal consultation, including but not limited to Reich et al. Versus the City of Dale City, Oklahoma County District Court, CJ 2023-5930. Authorize the mayor to execute any documents necessary related to the pending investigations, claims, and actions. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to take no action.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Any further council input?
Make a motion, we adjourn to the Dale City Municipal Services Authority.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Tatum.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Finch.
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. We are now adjourned from the city council meeting and call to order the Dale City Municipal Services Authority. Joe, would you call the roll?
Trustee Dean.
Here.
Trustee Finch.
Here.
Trustee Brown.
Here.
Trustee Tatum.
Here.
Chairman Eason.
Chairman is here. Seeing as there is no public, do any trustees have any non-agenda items? Seeing none, manager's report.
Only one item tonight, sir, and that's let everyone know that we have received notification of the ACOG fleet conversion grant, something we've looked into in the past for CNG vehicles. We're not ready to move to electric, but if we were able to replace some of our sanitation vehicles or any of our large ticket items with a CNG vehicle like we are doing with Streets Department with a current grant with DEQ, we are going to be looking very, very deep into that because that could be a potential cost saver for us.
Absolutely.
And I think you could also add EV chargers, like actual charging units with that as well.
Move on to item number 5, minutes. Discussion, consideration, possible action to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of DCMSA of August 18th, 2025. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to proceed. Make a motion to
Approve?
approve.
Thank you.
I'm tired, I'm sorry.
Second.
It's late.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Trustee Finch.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tatum.
Aye.
Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries. Move on to item number 6, ratify expenditure, residential sanitation truck 816. Discussion, consideration of ratifying the expenditures of the trust manager in declaring an emergency and issuing an emergency authorization to proceed to J&R Equipment for repairs on residential truck number 816 for an amount not to exceed $20,722.24. Authorize chair to endorse any necessary documentation. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to ratify the expenditures of trust manager and declaring an emergency, issuing an emergency authorization to proceed to J&R Equipment for repairs on residential truck 816 for the amount not to exceed $20,722.24. Authorize chair trust to endorse any necessary documentation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Trustee Finch.
Aye.
Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tatum.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries. Feel better?
Yes, thank you.
Move on to item number 7, purchase, Tyler Technologies time and attendance module to Encode. Discussion, consideration, possible action, approve or deny adding Tyler Technologies time and attendance module to the city's Encode software annual licensing for an amount not to exceed $16,210. Authorize trust chair and/or trust manager to endorse same. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve as written, authorize chair trust and/or trust manager to endorse same.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I've got a question about this. It looks like we're up to about $120,000 on Encode per year that we have to spend on it. Are we getting different modules and maybe we just, is there, maybe if we just bought the whole package, it would only be $80,000?
So what we're doing right now on the Encode 9 is we're adding all the modules that need to happen, getting all the documentation and everything built into it, and then it will take the whole thing and flip it over to 10. We didn't have 6 or 7 modules, Joe. I don't know the exact number because I haven't been working as deep on it as he has, but there are certain modules that have not been unlocked, activated, or used that we've had available to us for X number of years. So now we're getting them activated and useful to be able to move over to the finalizing of 10.
Do we expect 10 to be more expensive or less expensive then? Because like I said, I'm looking at the last one, I think it was 89,000 from last year, or last month, or last meeting, and plus this 26,000, and, so,
Well, just so we're clear, this is just 16,000, but it's split between 2 codes because we have to get them approved by both. Joe, do you have an idea on the Encode 10?
I believe the costs are similar. They're within 5% of each other, last I seen of the quotes. Now, that doesn't include this newer time and attendance. I haven't looked at that one or any other additionals that may have been added that I don't know about.
can you guys look at maybe talking to your salesman and say, hey, things are getting a little crazy here.
Yeah.
I know, it wouldn't hurt to ask, but like I said, I just wonder if by us possibly not buying very much, trying to save money early on, and now that we've added on all the extra stuff, that perhaps we might have shot ourselves.
It's like
in the
change orders.
foot. It's like the change orders, yes.
Yes. Got it. Any further discussion?
We need to vote on that one. We need to vote on, I'm sorry.
Quick side note,
You're tired.
I'm tired too.
the awesome Assistant City Manager is tuned in from home, and she said that they have already spoken to the person, and they've gotten it reduced by about $65,000 from what the original quote was for the grand total of 10, but to move up to 10 is about $20,000 more a year.
Okay. Any further
She's
discussion?
always watching. Thank you, Kelly.
Let's take the vote. Trustee Finch.
Aye.
Trustee Tatum.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries. We've already done item 8. Move on to, is there any further trust input?
So be thinking about the fish fry coming up.
When is that?
She didn't give me the date yet. We just got the invitation. They're going to be sending out invitations any day now.
Right, but I sent an email with the people's names.
Yes, I got that back to
Got that
Kelly
one.
today.
I think it's the 10th, but anyway. Nothing further. We'll get this.
Thank you. I'll entertain item 10.
Motion adjourned.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Take the vote. Trustee Dean.
Aye.
Trustee Tatum.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Finch.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are now adjourned.